Hi, everyone. I'm here now with, oh man, terrible Chris Goodall. Man, what did I just brain fart over?
It's all right,
That
Mike.
was
It's just
terrible.
nerves.
I know. So you're principal animator at We Are Playground?
At Playground Games, yeah.
Yep. Before that, you were at Ninja Theory for how long?
8 years, yeah. I just finished up on Hellblade.
Yeah.
And started at Playground in this year, January.
Yeah. If you haven't seen his reel yet online, look it up because your Hellblade reel is just like it's fantastic work.
Thanks, man.
Super inspiring. So we've got a few questions here that we want to ask you while the next talk is getting set up. And,
Yeah, sure.
And let's go. So, what inspired you to get into animation to begin with?
I guess it's a similar story to many people. I saw Jurassic Park and Toy Story and figured that, yeah, I'd really like to do whatever that is. And so, yeah, I followed that path. And then I didn't want to get into games at first. I just wanted to go into VFX and make movies. But then I started enjoying games, and somehow I managed to put the two together. And, yeah, that's basically it.
No, that's yeah. I mean, it's amazing. Like, yeah, that people have that, but you have these moments that are like cultural, that just like fire for so many people, and I think that's why a lot of us do what we do, right?
I still remember going to the cinema and watching Jurassic Park, and I was like, oh my god,
I know.
so good.
And it holds up.
Yeah.
Which is even crazier.
Yeah.
So then, what is it that you hope to accomplish with the work you create?
I just want to create characters which are really just believable, but great to play. Like it's what I love about game animation so much. There's that actual hands-on feel of input, and if you can make a character feel alive in game animation, it's like, yeah, that's like my ultimate goal. Like, what can I do to try and achieve that? And it's like a never-ending process.
Yeah. What? So this next question will be two parts. Then for me.
Yeah, sure.
What's your favorite bit of game animation that you think maybe did that? And is there something that you've seen and maybe the closest you feel like you've come to achieving that, right? Because as artists, we're always like, I can't do it. But, yeah.
I think what's great is when you see characters which are as curious about the world they're walking through as you are playing the game, and they do things which are really unexpected, and like they just interact where you would expect like a regular walk cycle or something. They interact with the world, or they do something. They surprise you.
Mm-hmm.
So like games like The Last of Us and like Naughty Dog have always been very good at this. And like whenever I played those games, I'm like, oh my god, what have they done? How like it gets me every time. Like it just makes me want to push and add more of that into like what I'm doing.
Yeah,
it's really inspiring.
Yeah, you're how is it working on a process like Hellblade where it was sort of open development, right? Like you guys were showing stuff in progress for years. It was a pretty tight. And how big was the team on that?
It changed a lot, but I guess it's in the ballpark between like 16 and 20. Like that was pretty much the core team for the majority of the time. There was help from like external companies and things, but that was like our dev team for the majority of it.
That's crazy. That's awesome.
Yeah.
How was it? What was it like sort of showing stuff early to audiences?
It's that weird thing, like as an animator, when you want to when you show work that's not finished. I mean, I guess traditionally when you release a game, it's finished. It's as finished as it kind of can be.
Yeah.
But when you know it's not finished and it's going to be better, and the work gets put out there and it's going to be judged on that quality, and people might not realize that it's not finished. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Getting over that is quite a hump. Like just knowing that it's out there now forever for the world to see, and you haven't polished it yet, but you have to be like okay with that. So yeah, open development. It's really just that, like them getting to see the bare bones, like blocking passes and things like that, and trying not to take it to heart too much that that is what your skill set is. Obviously, you can achieve a higher quality than that, but that was like the biggest thing for me in open development.
Well, hopefully, as more people can do that, right? Then it becomes a little less of a specific concern because people become more used to it, right? Like you guys were kind of helping to lead the charge on that. So no, that I think that stuff is like super interesting and exciting to show that. Were there things that you feel like you might have missed when you first put it out there, and then seeing it sort of come live or having the community involved actually helped you either see new things or grow something past what you were originally intending?
I'm not sure. I mean, it's weird, like looking back at some of the stuff that we did, like especially like initial combat tests. At the time, we couldn't really see. We had no real measure of how good they were or whatever. And as the game progressed, and then when you look back at the stuff you released a year ago, and it looks terrible, you're like, oh, I could not see that at all. Like I can't really think of any time us releasing stuff early influenced my decision later on. It was just more nice to have like a catalog of the work. I could go through and see the progress we made over the past 2 years.
Yeah, that's awesome. Where for some of the creatures and stuff that you guys had in Hellblade, where did you find a lot of the reference and inspiration for those?
In terms of the reference I would look at to animate.
Yeah, to animate. Yeah.
So I would just speak with our character artist Jeff, who I would actually look at the reference that he was looking at when he was designing the characters, just to see what animals he was looking at or what and I would just take that and go, okay, can I expand on this? And then I would just try and find any similarities or try and add anything that I could think of.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, I think that pretty much wraps up. Chris, thank you so much.
Yeah,
this has been great. Next up, we have another panel. It's called "The Future of Games Animation." Within the last few years, there's been a lot of really crazy stuff that's been going on in technology and what that could mean for animators. And we've got an amazing panel here of people to talk about what the future of game animation looks like. So take it away, everyone.